Evening all, welcome to RimWorld. Today we're going to do a montage. We're going to do a montage to DUNE, the much acclaimed Frank Herbert series of books called DUNE. If you don't know what I'm talking about, where have you been, bro? It's the best sci-fi possibly ever. It's inspired so much. It's just brilliant. It's wonderful. It's amazing. Okay, so what I've done is I've probably ballsed this up to begin with, but I began with my band of Fremen warriors. We are a tribe. We are the tribe But Dong. What are you laughing for? That's not funny. It's not funny. It's just the way it's pronounced. And we are going to play this game like we did with the last time, being stormtroopers. This time we are going to be Fremen warriors. Already are ballsed up because it looks as if, as you can see, I've augmented them slightly. I'll tell you why in just a moment. It looks like, what's the problem with them? Why are they hurting? Anyway, we'll figure that out. So, step number one, let's go and build something. So we're just going to go right to it, and we're just going to claim that, and we're going to deconstruct that. In fact, we might as well claim it all. There we go. Let's just set up. Now, you'll notice what I've done here is a bit sneaky, but Fremen were like the masters of the desert, so they shouldn't really be kind of bad at anything. There is a reason for this, because we're going to play this on extremely hard difficulty as I click manically, just getting them all to do everything. The reason is I wanted to try and build a tribe, and these will be my elders. These are like the badasses who will basically be my boys. So we've got a collection of old, ancient technology rifles. We've got our las guns as well. They are stormtrooper guns, but they're las rifles because there's lasers in DUNE. If you don't know, lasers and shields in DUNE, if you fire a laser gun at a shielded target, it immediately nuclear erupts both targets. It's amazing. It's a lovely bit of detail. It's things like this. You can expect snippets of this as we go. So yeah, that's kind of it, bro. What we're going to do is we're going to build some stockpiles to begin with. Let me just do, in fact, I'm probably just going to put them there. And let's get the ball rolling. Now, let's also arm our dudes. So I've got a mixture of rifles and a mixture of sniper rifles and a mixture of these M4A1s. And that should be good. So I'm just going to arm my bros. I guess we could put one with the blast. I don't really want to, though. I think I packed enough just for there to be one each. There we go, another sniper. Because the Fremen were pretty much kind of badasses of the desert, and they just shot stuff basically easily. Oh look, iguanas. We have a ready plentiful supply of food. Mega scarab, nice. We have some stuff there. This is a desert biome because it's DUNE. That's the point of it, bro. And I think really that's the plan. So let's just build some stockpiles so we can start claiming things. So there we go. That's good. That's good. Right, let's just unforbid these. There we go. Unforbid, unforbid. And we should have loads. Oh crap, we've got loads of metal. That's good. I packed extra metal for a reason. But let's get to it. So firstly, this is a very suitable mid-range base. We are going to migrate to here, though, I think, to build our siege. That's what they called them. Siege. Sieges. That was actually the name of them. So let's begin. This is set to difficult, so when stuff comes at me, it's going to come at me Gangan style. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to get hit hard by duets. So let's see how that goes. Let's just claim all that. Deconstruct, deconstruct. As you can see, they're pretty chill miners. So we need some power, so let's start to build some power. I think the first thing to do is probably wind turbines, because they're just not going to be impacted. So I think we're just going to build, let's say if I go to there, so I can go one, so that goes to there. Lovely of the jubbly. There we go. So that gives us some turbines. We can then run some power. There we go. And we can then have some lightage throughout our base. Now I'm going to have to keep mining this thing. So let's just keep doing that. Mine, click, click. There we go. Lovely. They should all be connected. Let's just make sure day is, because if they're not, we need to connect them. Yep, no, that's looking good. They're connected. Yep, that one should connect as well. So That gives us a constant stream of 750 watts times 4, which is because my brain is terrible. So we can at least build permanent lights for now. Now, the first thing we're going to need to do is we need to build rooms where we can sleep. So let us do that now. So let's just build out a whole area here where maybe what we'll do is we'll just, let me just undo that. We'll just set it so that, in fact, let me undo that as well. I'm a perfectionist, I have to do it. So let's just do that. And then we can just have, for now, a mixture of mini rooms based upon the principles, as I talk pointlessly, of getting somewhere to sleep. So there we go. It's a bit close. I'm not going to build that on there, but you get the point. Let us just also turn this into a rumpus room. It's not symmetrical, but I'll manage. I'll survive. And I think that is starting to look pretty good. So obviously want to do now, because we are in the desert, so it's going to get flipping hot, is build a door. And again, I'm assuming that the power levels are, yeah, they're looking good. So we're going to need to build a battery because of outages. Let's just put some power batteries here because that is a remarkably useful source. There we go. So that's looking nice. And let me just build some power to it. Lovely jubbly. So there we go. Simple, really, when you think about it. Our stocks are looking already a bit full, so we'll have to look at that. But let's build some beds. So everybody needs to sleep. I think we can do the... Oh, maybe we can't do it from wood. How much is a wood bed? 25. Bit much. Let's just do sleeping points for the time being. So let's just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let's just speed up time slightly as the desert planet Arrakis passes through the night. You just want to have everybody with the ability to sleep. In fact, let's just do that. There we go. So all of them can sleep. Lovely jubbly. Again, I'm not too sure why they're so hot. Need to look at that. Secondly, though, this is where we do need to think about it, is I'm going to have to dig a hole there because we need air conditioning. Because air conditioning is life. And again, we're not terribly needing it. Well, we might as well build it. Let's just build it. Okay, so unlike the other one, if you remember the other one we've just shown with the stormy trooperies, the only problem I had there was warmth. Keeping them warm was a nightmare. But in the desert planet of Arrakis, we need to keep them cool, in theory, although they are actually kind of augmented. So they shouldn't have too much of a problem, but let's see. Okay, so I think we now need to start looking at growing stuff. But before we do that, the reason I supercharged my dudes is I want to... can I not build that? Where's that gone? Still research. I want to get the research going quickly so I can do hydroponics, because the Fremen didn't really grow anything, if that makes sense. So yeah, we need to look at that. So anyway, that should start somebody researching. Now what we want to do is do hydroponics. There we go. So again, straight to hydroponics. We should have enough food to last us until hydroponics, look how fast that's doing, is done. Oh yeah, and this is going to be the problem of using rock. As you can see, I'm going to have to wire the whole base just to get things to work. But that's not bad. I like the idea of building within a rock. I don't think they can even get to me, hostiles, etc., because they're going to have a bad time getting through. Anyway, let's start to... And you see how quickly you can get into a game. This is just such a wonderful, wonderful game. I want to build that. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. So that when our hydroponics are done, we can just put them all along there. Now, I don't know if I'm going to get the advanced hydroponics that I want, so I'm going to have to look at that. But you're seeing the point, hopefully. And this is literally just base number 1. This is Siege Butt Dong. I'm not making it up, that's what it's called. And then we'll build bases in the other rocks along here. Now, we're assuming that anything on the sand is dangerous because of lol sandworms. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Somebody do a mod with sandworms. Seriously? 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 Anyway, so let's run some power. Again, lovely enough. We have all of our power pretty much ready to go. Now, I don't think they're going to give me the really good... what am I saying? Really good hydroponics to begin with. So let me just speed that up. Okay, so I can now build hydroponics Now, if I come here, I should have then a rich hydroponics. There we go. Again, slightly annoying that we've got to do this, but it's worth doing because you don't want to... I mean, again, there's no point building... Oh, no, I can. There we go. Look, perfect. Square basin. Awesome. Right, so we can stop research on that because we don't need that anymore. So what we do need, if I look down, is... nutrient resynthesis. Let's have a look. Probably not. Let's do stone cutting because I think stone is going to be primarily what we use because we'll reinforce. So what we could do, for example, is we could take a wall down there and then along there, and then we start to reinforce the siege. But I don't want to do it too much because the idea was the Fremen were hiding from the Imperial powers because that was actually the people that were hounding them. So we want to try and keep away from that. I think we're going to use the squares. Well, then again, should we? Let me think about this. Squares are quite good. They're just going to produce an ungodly amount of stuff anyway. So, yeah. It doesn't look very nice, does it? Sorry, it doesn't look nice. Steel modular hydroponics. I guess I could just do that. There we go. That looks prettier, doesn't it? And then that'll do. So, in fact, if I am sneaky, cunning, sneaky man, I could just do that. And do that, and then I could have 2 rows of hydroponics. You see how that works? You see how that works? Nice and simple. So there we go, look at that. And they're even self-lit. Interesting, didn't know they did that. Interesting. And then we can just do bing, and then we're looking good. So then we go power, 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 and power. Now this is where, again, we're going to have to start really building wind power. Now, again, I'm not using solar power because the Fremen didn't. They used wind traps. And wind traps are kind of like cool, so I'm going to not use them. I'm going to use wind traps over using anything else. See what I'm doing there? See what I'm doing? Let's just mine that. Let's just cut all that out. Nice. Again, slightly visible. Again, the wind traps are pretty visible, but in theory, they are constantly running. So, you know, we're always going to have, again, all it's about is keeping that running. Okay, so what do we really want to build? I think it's going to be defenses. I think that's our first port of call right now. So let's build the minigun. This is a nice little feature. Again, it looks like we're exclusively eating strawberries out here in the desert. What's interesting. Again, it looks like they're growing as well. So it's self-lit. That's actually pretty cool. So I don't need to worry about lighting it. Temperature-wise, it's pretty cool in here, as you can see. Then again, we're in January, so we're in the winter, actually. So this is going to get a lot warmer, I suspect. But anyway, there we go. Power is looking good. We are looking A-okay for power. We're researching stuff. So now what we need to do is to build some ability to cook stuff. So cooking stove. Why can't I put it there? Slate chunk. We'll get rid of it then. Right, let's build a pile. I forgot you got to build dumping piles. I think we'll build this outside here, just for the sake of it. There we go. So that means they should start to haul everything out. But what we should do is just build a stone cutter's desk as well, because this will then actually start to cut rock. Again, the challenge is going to be finding space to do this. I guess we could do it here. Let's just go down a level and deconstruct that. Let's just build power as well. As you see, a little bit of faffing, but this is the Fremen way. We're used to misery in our lot. Okay, so let's build a little crafting area here. There we go. And this could be like where we craft, but also where we eat. So that'd be nice. It's kind of the wrong way around, but it'll do. In fact, no, I think we're going to eat up here, but either way, I'm sure we got it covered. Okay, so now let's build some production. So let's have some stone cutting going on. I don't necessarily think we need the smithing stuff just yet, but we will need a butcher's table. And I'll put the cooking stove in here. And let's just do 2. Bugger, I can't do it again. Oh well, you see how it works. Okay, right. So I think we're going to smooth the stone. So let me show you that. Smooth stone. So that becomes a bit more appealable. There we go. That's looking good. And that is very similar. So basically it just makes it very, very nice. Looks nice. Okay, so we've... Oh, wow, that was quick. So geothermal power is probably one we do need to... Let's just do the picks so we do it quicker. We mine quicker. And I think we're going to look at some power options. There we go. So you see that? We smooth the floor, so it's basically like concrete now, but it looks nice. And I think we need to just run more power. And again, all these power cables are going to have to be replaced when we get... what do you call it? When we get hidden cables, but oh well. Okay, so ceiling. Let's just put light everywhere. Let there be light. Booyah. Nice. So pretty much from the get-go, we have got a very nice little base siege on the go. So that's looking good. Our wind turbines are not going to be impeded by anything, which is flipping lovely. And I'd say we're looking. In fact, why is that one? Okay, well let's just chop that down. There's a cactus in the way. That's a new one on me. Let's undo them. So you see, within minutes of starting, our base is there, and it's pretty much there. So the next thing to do is to start to think about defense and rooms and so on, because I ideally would like them to have an individual room, but it's, again, they're not too bad. But we definitely do need to build turrets, because I suspect when they start attacking us, we're going to have big bada boom problems. So let's actually build a proper embrasure, because we should have a fair bit of steel. So if I go to security, minigun turret, oh yeah, we could do, well, let's have a think. Where are they going to attack from? They're going to come from the north and the south. So we could almost say that we have, let me think about this. So yeah, let's do that. So 1, 2. So 2 minigun turrets. Okay, that's nice and simple. Then we will go with